Hey everyone, this is Rob Kientz of goldsilverpros.com. It is Friday, January 22nd, 2021, and we've had some great news on a stock we covered just a few short days ago. It has popped up 30% since we covered it and doing very well. So I wanted to give you guys an update on that, and we're going to get right into it. And of course, I'm talking about none other than Callinex Mines. Trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange, the venture under CNX, and under the US OTC market, LLXF. It is now more than a $31.2 million Canadian company, and we'll see that here in a moment. But we covered it in a video that premiered on January 12th called Polymetallic Mines Reaching Critical Mass Due to Precious and Base Metal Demand. And of course, we're talking about Callinex, but the importance of polymetallic mines and volcanogenic sulfide deposits. We're going to get into all of that today and tell you exactly what's going on. I think people that had invested in this back when I did the premiere were very, very happy. So we're up almost 30% on the day on Callinex Mines, as you can see here on Yahoo Finance. It has popped. We were looking at it over a 1 month chart, and you can see when we were covering it on the 12th, it was sitting at about $2.21. Now it's at $2.93. Up 66 cents on the day, but up, how much is that since we covered it? Up about 70 cents overall since we covered it. And that's because Callinex has good management, a good project, and they're releasing good news. Their latest news you can see here on Yahoo Finance talks about the company identifying a kilometer of highly conductive anomalies along strike. And we're going to get into that news release right here on the website. Electromagnetic survey has uncovered 4 highly conductive anomalies along strike to the south of the Rainbow Discovery. They do electromagnetic surveys to pinpoint where they want to do their drilling and identify resource. Electromagnetic surveys are a little bit earlier than the drilling and the exploration, but it really tells them where they want to start drilling and tells them where they think they're going to have resource. Because the way that those electromagnetic surveys react to different colors, which we'll see here in a moment, will tell them where it's most likely they have the zinc and the copper and the resource they're looking for. There were 4 untested anomalies, which each have a strike extent of 300 meters and start within 200 meters of surface. That means it's near surface, meaning it's not going to be super expensive to build a big underground mine. You can get to it near surface. Right now, the company has plans underway to immediately initiate a drilling campaign to test the 4 conductive bodies in tandem with continued drilling to define the orange and yellow zones. And we'll see what they mean by the orange and yellow zones here in just a moment. And the recent drill results continue to define the Rainbow Discovery at shallower depths. So we need to get to this deep penetrating surface pulse electromagnetic survey, and you can see they're looking for orange and yellow zones. Yellow zones are identified as 3.2% copper, 0.61 grams per ton gold, 10.43 grams per ton silver, and 1.84% zinc. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can read that. I'm just reading right off of the text here. Here we go. 3.22% zinc, 0.61 grams per ton gold, 10.43 grams per ton silver, and 1.84% zinc. That's the yellow zone. The orange zone is defined as 8.79% copper, 1.38 grams per ton gold, 24.02 grams per ton silver, and 1.79% zinc. That's what they anticipate based upon this deep penetrating surface pulse electromagnetic survey. Of course, they're going to drill, as they said in their press release, to identify and confirm that's what they have there. But can you imagine 8.8% copper plus 1.38 grams per ton gold plus 24 grams per ton silver plus almost 2% zinc? I mean, the copper and the gold numbers alone are astoundingly good. If you were just mining this for the gold, you could make a lot of money at 1.38 grams per ton gold. The cutoff for a lot of gold mines is somewhere around 0.5, 0.6 gram per tons at the current gold price. In fact, it's lower on some. And this is near surface. We're not talking underground mining. So just the gold on these 2 potential targets here on this potential discovery, which they're going to drill here pretty soon, is absolutely amazing. And we're not talking about the copper and the zinc and the silver to go along with it. Just the gold by itself is very, very promising. If you were a gold miner looking for this, you would be happy. And then all these byproduct credits of copper and zinc, except for they expect this deposit to be heavier in the copper and zinc, and the gold and the silver that they're finding is really just a bonus. That's how great this project has the potential to be. And that's why we're so high on it. Now, I want to get back into volcanogenic massive sulfide deposits. I think I've done 3 or 4 videos on this in the last several weeks. I did a presentation for O&M for a town hall on these VMS deposits. Now, one thing to know is about, I want to say, large amounts of the world's zinc, lead, and copper are found in these VMS deposits. I mean, very large amounts historically. The great thing about Callinex is they have a high grade polymetallic deposit, and it's got zinc, copper, lead, gold, and silver. So if you're a precious metals investor, if you look back on this, the precious metals, you're getting good amounts of precious metals in here, plus you're getting all these other base metals. Now, copper hit a 7-year high recently at over $3.50 a pound. Zinc is also in a bull market. One of the presentations I did for O&M in this town hall was that both copper and zinc are both in massive bull markets. And we've got gold and silver in bull markets. I mean, gold recently in 2020 hit new all-time highs. Silver touched on $30, and neither one of them is doing too bad recently. So at the time of this video, 1865 gold, 2576 silver. So again, we're doing very well in all of the metals that they're finding in this deposit. So it's a district scale is the other thing to note here. I'm going to highlight this. They have most deposits occur in clusters that define major mining districts, such as Flin Flon and Bathurst. Well, guess where Callinex has deposits? Flin Flon and Bathurst. So historically, big deposits in Canada is where this company is involved. So what is a VMS deposit, a volcanogenic massive sulfide? It's when you have this heat and magma come up through these chambers, it comes out the top of the volcano and leaves sediment here on the floor, the base of the volcano. These are where you get your massive sulfide deposits. So all of that resource, the gold, the silver, the zinc, the copper, the lead, is all sitting at surface. It's easy to find. That's why they can do these electromagnetic surveys, and they can start to find this near the surface, and then they can start to pinpoint where they want to drill. Okay. Talk about easy discovery. A lot easy, relatively speaking, to a lot of other surveying and exploration methods and mining methods when you get it near the surface. The other good thing about the company, management owns 28%, institutional and family offices 21%. They're not over leveraged or over diluted, I should say, and that they have about 11 million shares outstanding, another million options outstanding at 220 weighted average price Canadian, and about 355,000 warrants outstanding at about $1 weighted average price. So they're not over diluted here for a company that's got a really great and growing resource. So they've done very well. Not only that, but they have a great team. Mike Muzulowski, a geologist and advisor, won the Canadian Mining Hall of Fame inductee and PDAC Developer of the Year award. And then 2 of their guys won the PDAC Bill Dennis Prospector of the Year award, Alan Vowles and James Pickle. So they have this great geology team. That's why they're finding what they're finding. And it's great to have that team knowing what they're doing, finding the resource. Their president has 15 years of experience in natural resources and big companies, Brazil Resources, Uranium Energy. I graduated Texas Tech University. Hey, I'm from Texas. Texas Tech is a good university. Happy to see that. So again, I mentioned the districts earlier. The Flin Flon and the Bathurst are 2 of the largest historic Canadian districts for these VMS deposits, which produce a ton of base metals and a good amount of precious metals. They're in both districts. They also have in Newfoundland, the Buchan's district. So they got 3 districts, but 2 of the premier mining districts in Canada, which is a tier 1 mining country. So I could go over all the details of their different projects if you want, but I'm really excited about this survey and what they've got going on there. And we're going to go a little bit farther down the presentation, and we're going to show you some really interesting information about Bathurst. The cool thing about Bathurst, guys, is it's got all the infrastructure already in place. So they've got a seaport, they've got rail, they've got roads, they've got electricity. Again, this is an area where there's been a lot of mining. They're in that area. They're not going to go have to develop all their infrastructure and spend all this money. All that stuff is in place. The Bathurst Mining District is one of the largest volcanic-hosted sulfide belts in the world, with more than 130 million tons of ore produced, commonly zinc, lead, copper, gold, silver. Geologic endowment, over 45 volcanic-hosted massive sulfide deposits, including 230 million tons, Brunswick, Mount Caribou Mine, and Heath Steel Mine. And again, it's got all the infrastructure already in place. There's the Nash Creek Project, where the 2018 preliminary economic assessment outlines a 10-year, 3,900 ton per day open pit mining operation with dense media separation and a flotation mill. Pretty standard DMS and flotation mill. I've seen those at other mines, including the Arizona mine at Northern Vertex and the Mexican mine Impact Silver. The indicated resource, 963 million pounds of zinc equivalent, contained 13.6 million tons with 3.2% zinc equivalent contained, and also have 407 million pounds inferred resource. Great project there, Nash Creek. Infrastructure there, it's got a picture. It's fully developed. It's not like they're going to have to redevelop this stuff. A district scale potential, the maiden PEA results, they're going to update that in Bathurst as they continue to look at that. They're going to continue to update that. Okay, a lot of good news there on Callinex Mines. Again, I covered this on my channel. January 12, 2021, we've had about an 80-cent move in the stock, over 30% move in the stock since I covered it, and the mine is doing very well. So I think I just got messaged over Telegram about 30 minutes before recording this. The stock had popped 30%, and one of my followers is very happy because at the time I did this video, they went in. They did a nice little position there. It was a sizable position. They're an accredited investor. They went in a sizable position, and they're up 30% in just a few short days. So great returns. Great news, as you can see here on Yahoo Finance. They're also doing soil samples at Nash Creek. They're doing a great job. Great management team. Good results here. Come to the website. Follow these guys. Good mine. And it's good diversification. Good diversification into base metals that are in bull markets, copper and zinc. Copper and zinc are both in really good bull markets. Copper hit a 7-year high. Zinc is doing very well. On the town hall I did for O&M, I covered the VMS deposits, and copper and zinc specifically. Copper and zinc are both, by analysts, expected to do very well in 2021. There was some supply destruction for some mine shutdowns in Peru and other places for copper and zinc. And some of the ones expected to come online, China and Russia, are going to take a little while to come online. So there's going to be a boost to the price of copper and zinc. That means that companies like Callinex that are finding good deposits and that are mining good deposits of these base metals, copper and zinc, are going to do very well. And the bonuses that we have to gold and silver doing very well because of all the economic uncertainty we've had and all the money printing is going to do nothing but push up the bottom line for this company and the profitability for this company. Okay, again, we want to look at something I've been covering on my channel the last several months. We want to look at explorers because remember the gold cliff. I covered this not too long ago, about a week or two ago. The gold cliff that's coming in 2030 means we're not going to have a lot of above ground gold. All the big deposits have been found. A lot of investment in the resource space. We haven't recovered since 2011, so we haven't found a lot of big deposits. So we got that gold, that availability of proven and probable gold hits a cliff in 2030. We've already hit the cliff in silver and primary silver producers. So these polymetallic mines, which have base metals and robust amounts of gold and silver, are going to become very important to our gold and silver supplies coming up in the next 3 to 5 years, and especially with gold in 2030. And the base metals are doing very well. Lots of infrastructure spending to reflate the economy. We covered this last night. The reflation of the economy is coming. So these base metals, the zinc and the coppers, are going to do very, very well. So I expect these VMS deposits, volcanogenic, massive sulfide deposits, which provide a lot of our base metals and provide a lot of our precious metals, are going to do very well. And those are going to be the ones that people are going to want to invest in. You're finding less and less of these primary gold and silver miners. These polymetallic deposits are the one that you're going to want to look at. We've covered this in several videos lately, these polymetallic and volcanogenic massive sulfides. Remember those terms. Good terms to understand when you come across mines that have polymetallic, zinc, copper, gold, silver, and a little bit of lead as a byproduct credit. And you're talking about volcanogenic massive sulfide. That's where we get a lot of our base metals and an increasing amount of our golds and silvers. And when you find them in tier 1 mining districts like Callinex has in major Flin Flon and Bathurst in Canada, you want to look at those. And the team that has an award-winning team, 3 people have won awards for their discovery and exploration. And this is a Hall of Fame exploration company. This is a company, it's quality all around. It's one that you're going to want to look at for your portfolio. Of course, we've had that 30% pop since I covered it 8 or 9 days ago. It could continue to run here. I don't see why not. They're making good discoveries. They've got good news flow. People are interested. I've got investors that follow me that are ecstatic, that are putting money into it, good accredited investors that know what they're doing. So all signs point to Callinex doing very well. Wanted to bring this update to you guys real quickly. I think you're going to love it. I think it's a good potential diversification for your portfolio following several metal bull markets, quality management, quality mining district, not a lot of share dilution. I think that's why Callinex is doing so well. It kind of ticks all the boxes that you want to tick on a mining stock. So again, one to look at for your portfolio. Till next time, guys, this is Rob Keens of goldsilverpros.com.